I'd like to now introduce Floyd. Was born and raised in the south side of Chicago, Illinois. For 25 years, honorably served as in the naval military, retired U.S. Navy SEAL. Upon retirement, he planted roots in the great state of Texas while maintaining operational readiness in the SEAL teams. Floyd is a motivational speaker for the Naval Special Warfare Community. And so come up here, Floyd, and where are you? Oh, there you are.
Edna set me up.
Set you down.
Yeah, set me down. I have myself on a 10-minute timer, so we should be good. Good evening. It's a pleasure to be here with you. I want to start out to let you know that what you see and what you hear, I can't take credit for. It's because God has placed people and the organizations into my life for me to be present in your company today. I've never done this story before, so I want to share my life. It's called the Awakening of Call to Service, and it started my 7th year in the Navy. I was 25 years old, so I enlisted at 18, and I began to serve, but it hadn't clicked yet in my mind consciously. And the mere circumstances of signing a contract, going to boot camp, and learning my profession, that was the beginning. But I just didn't understand the depth. So my successes, when I decided to join, when I decided to become a Navy SEAL, I started to, tell my family and friends. And to my astonishment, not too many were pleased or supportive. That was a success for me. In first phase, I'm a 15-foot section of the pool, and I'm starting to need air because I'm on my 4th knot and it's not going so well. So I asked my instructor, hey, can I go up to the top to get some air? He said, absolutely. Next thing I know, I'm pinned to the side of the pool and I'm being slapped to consciousness because I had no idea that I had passed out and floated back down to him. That was a success for me. Another one was I jumped in to do a 50-meter swim. And as soon as I jumped in and did a maneuver, I made a mistake and blew out all my air. And I knew I was in trouble. But I said, well, let's see how far we get. So I went down halfway, turned around, pushed off, and then that's when your body starts to tell you, like, hey, we need to get up to the surface and get some air. And I was like, let's push it some more. Well, next thing you know, I'm pinned up to the side of the pool again by an instructor. And I looked back at him and I asked him if I passed, and in very colorful words, he said, yeah, you did. Get you out the pool. That was a success for me. Second phase, 9-foot section of the pool. And this is where you simulate a surf hit, meaning if you're in the surf and you get caught up in the wrong way, it's going to turn you and flip you and slam you on the ground, and you still have to have your wits about you to be able to grab your equipment and your breathing apparatus to be able to breathe. So they simulate that in a 9-foot section of the pool. And it's an escalation. So I'm toward the end, and I know I'm toward the end, and the problems are getting harder and harder because the instructor will come and they'll hit you and they'll pull off your tanks, they'll pull off your fins and masks, and they'll tumble you and just kind of beat you up a bit. Nothing too serious. But I can't fix this problem that I'm having. So I had a couple choices. I could boat to the surface, which potentially I get a gas embolism and kill myself, or I can give him the nod to say, hey, I quit, or I can continue. Well, the next thing I know, I'm being pulled out the pool and you know, by several instructors, and I come to as they're getting me out the water, and I say, hey, I'm okay, and then I black out, and they put me on the side, and they do a neurological test, and an hour later, they put me back in the pool to take the test. That was a success. I get to the platoon, and I'm having trouble with free fall. I just can't fly in the air. I mean, I have long limbs, arms, legs. It's just absolutely unbelievable that I just cannot control these limbs going so fast through the air. So I'm in literally, I had to go to the school 3 times. So this is my 3rd time at the school, and I'm coming in, and this is my first time where I'm flying in to land by myself. And you have a walkie-talkie right there at your chest, to where the instructors will tell you like when to pull the brakes so you can slow down. And I'm like, I've been here 2 times before. I know what I'm doing. I'm not going to listen to them. Well, it just so happens that as I'm coming in, I say, well, yeah, I better listen to them. But it's spotty. I can't really hear them. And I see the ground coming real fast, and I say, well, I should pull the brake, slam into the ground. So my feet hit first, then my knees, then my head. That was a success. So you might want to ask yourself, like, why would this individual want to be so successful in this manner? And it plays into once you get to the SEAL teams, a lot of times you pair up, you know, with a swim buddy. So you're literally, you know, 30 feet underwater, it's pitch black, and you're about to put a mine on the ship, and it's just you and him, and you have to look in their eyes, and they have to look in yours to see like where you're at mentally, physically. And it's all about understanding that you are there to serve this individual next to you, to make sure that they live. But it goes even deeper, because now you know you have teammates in other places of the ship that are doing the same thing, and now you want the mission to be successful as a team. And if that's successful, then your team is successful, the Navy is successful, our country is successful, you are successful. So it was about service, but going through those successful moments, that's what taught me what service was really about. And during this time of the year, it's very, very tough for me now, because I've been out for 4 years. So now I'm getting to relax and think about all these successful moments that I've had in my life with my teammates, and the great things that we've done and our brothers and sisters have done, but not only during my time, but in the past. And it really, really affects me emotionally, which is absolutely strange. My wife, she makes fun of me all the time. Because that's the only time she really gets to see me cry. The American people say thank you for your service. And most of us will tell you, yeah, we don't really need you to, you know, tell us thank you, because that's not what we're in it for. We're in it for each other. First and foremost, we're in it for our team. We're in it for our service. We're in it for you, and we're in it for the country. So regardless of whether we get any accolades, we're still going to perform at the highest level that we have been called upon to perform, to serve. And what I like to do is I like to encourage us, because over the past 20 years, we get a lot of love. Those who didn't, World War II veterans, our Vietnam veterans, our Korean veterans, they didn't get the love that we're getting as we're growing up. And just last weekend, I was at an event, and I'm telling you, this was priceless. There was a 98-year-old World War II veteran there, and he was on the dance floor with his crutches and the wheels, and he's just hanging out with his granddaughter, and my wife points him out. I'm like, oh, I gotta go talk to this guy. This is absolutely wonderful. So I go over, talk to him, get in his ear, and I'm thanking him, telling him, and this is what I truly believe with all those who come before me, is that I'm standing on their shoulders. They're the reasons why I've been so successful. And I'm telling him this, and he's starting to cry and break down, and then I look over at the granddaughter, and she's crying, and I'm like, man, I'm not trying to cry, on the dance floor. But then we start laughing, having a good time, just talking it up, and it was something very, very special to me, and just to see how grateful that 98-year-old World War II veteran was for someone, a younger brother, to come up to him and give him that, that love. It was just very special. So that's why I'm so successful, is because I feel like I need to stop. That I need to represent that 98-year-old World War II veteran, that I need to represent those who have come before me, that I still need to, it's still in the tank, and I still need to serve in whatever capacity that God puts me in at the next level. My military career and the successes that I've had is just a platform that will help me move to that next level, and this is a part of it. You are a part of my success and my growth, and I really appreciate being able to share this evening with you on this very special day. Thank you.